Let's move on to another company that we've talked about before. We talked about their Nintendo Switch grips as one of the coolest products of the past year. But let's talk about Powercast. Powercast, again, won an award. I think it's the 2021 BIG or Big Award, and it was for their RFID temperature scanning system. It seems to be something responsive to the pandemic and needing to do temperature scanners. But talk to me about where wireless power fits into this and how Powercast with their RF wireless power integrated that into this cool product.
Well, this is a device that kind of looks like a car key fob that you know everybody's used to carrying around on their keychains. It's about that size. So the way I understand the way it works is you carry it around with you, and let's say you want to enter a building or enter a place of work. It's very common now in the COVID pandemic era to do a temperature monitor as you're walking in. So the way this works, if you go into a building or you go to a building, you take this fob device out, you tap it to the RFID, which normally does the authentication to make sure you're who you say you are. But then you also, basically tap it to your head, and it does a temperature sensor as well, coordinates that data together and allows you access or validates you to go in the building and continue. So I think it's one of those things that is a neat application and a neat response to a situation, and it just shows the spirit of innovation.
Yeah, really innovative in a quick time period. I mean, very responsive. And personally, I would love it if the Chicago Cubs picked that up so that we can start going to baseball games a little bit earlier this year. When the weather turns in Chicago, you hear the crack of the bats, and you know it's time to take the early Friday and go to Wrigleyville. So wouldn't it be cool if they sent these out to their season ticket holders, and in order to get into the game, you had to do this just to make people feel safer and to make it safer. I think something like that would be really awesome. And so Chicago Cubs, other baseball teams, if you're listening, call Powercast and see if you can install these systems to improve the safety for your fans.
I'm ready for spring training. Let's go.
Absolutely. We'll do a different fantasy baseball video. I don't know if our audience tunes in for our take on who to draft first this year, Jim.